Yeah, that's what I thought. As you know right now, this is about the Grammys, and I'm using Batman Arkham Asylum. And yes, this is about the award show, and gamers, well, what they do is simple. They roast it, and I'm gonna link 2 videos, not just this one, but the previous one, before this, in the description.
We get absolutely screwed over when it comes to award ceremonies within the video game industry. It's journalists and industry insiders that actually get a say as to what gets nominated and really what wins. And when it comes to ones outside of our sphere, like the Grammys, for example, video games tend to get screwed over that are good, and movie
Predictable.
swap wins. And right now, we are seeing a major backlash on social media surrounding the Grammys because they have snubbed Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and they're getting annihilated for it.
I'd like to ask all of you one question. Which one of you, or in this case, when is the last time you watched shows such as either the Grammys, the Emmys, besides the award shows such as the Game Awards, okay? Let me know in the comments. As expected, isn't it?
We apologize for this interruption to our regular broadcast. Jack Ryder is live from the Gotham Bay area with some breaking news.
Very expected.
Jack Ryder with breaking news in the Gotham Bay. We are getting reports of an armed siege on Arkham Island. 2 minutes ago, Joker broadcast to all news channels this chilling message.
Who still watches the Grammys?
Gotham. This is the voice of your new master. Oh, hang on. I skipped a bit. Joker here. I'm in control of Arkham Island, and you can all consider it out of bounds. If I see any lawmen, vigilantes, or do-gooders in tights coming this way, I'll start detonating random bombs around the city. Was it me? A kindergarten? A hospital? A billionaire's mansion? Oh, choices, choices, choices. All access to the island has been restricted. Airspace is closed off, and early reports suggest that Batman himself is trapped on the island. We'll be right here, reporting live on any developments. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jack. More as it happens.
Again, when's the last time any of you have watched either the Grammys or the Emmy Awards? I mean, I know celebrities goes there, but who's even watching them? How are they still operational today? That's what I want to know. No, seriously, folks. I mean, again, like Veridot says, sorry about the lag. Yeah, sadly, how am I supposed to say this? I mean, I think Emmy Awards is going to be similar with the Video Game Awards. Critics and insiders, mainly journalists, they too get the say of it. And honestly, I'm 100% certain the audience score for either the Grammys or the Emmys were similar, at least either, or a bit similar to the video game vote, which is either 10%. Because if you don't know, the video game awards, 10% of votes come from gamers, okay? While the rest, industry, shills, or in this case, journalists, they get all of it. Really is pissed off, to be honest. Yeah.
When it comes to the Game Awards, it is already a tough battle for gamers. Typically, things that are newer get the nominations, and titles that release towards the beginning of the year get snubbed because it's like these journalists forget that they exist. They think that people are going to also forget about them, and that if a game doesn't push the political propaganda they prefer, they can easily look past it. Over the past couple of years, games like Black Myth Wukong
right.
and Hogwarts Legacy have
Correct.
gotten snubbed at that show. And look at the Grammys. It has always been bad. Though this year it is phenomenally hilarious to see because we are not letting this slide anymore. Tons of Disney-based games like Avatar and Star Wars are getting nominations, yet Clair Obscur Expedition 33, a title that in my opinion is in the Game of the Decade running, is being completely overlooked. And yeah, gamers are not staying silent, which is phenomenal to see. So this article says games nominated in the video game category this year include Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the DLC, Helldivers 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Star Wars Outlaws, DLC, and Sword of the Sea. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there's a lot of people that love Helldivers 2. I know there's quite a few people that loved Indiana Jones, though I personally don't think that DLC should be in the running, especially when last year Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was actually nominated. The base game was, and the base Star Wars Outlaws title was as well. So we're talking about like double nominations here basically. And I played Avatar, wasn't a great game. Indiana Jones was pretty decent. Star Wars Outlaws wasn't that good. Though, putting aside the gameplay for a minute, because we are talking about the music here, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 sweeps all of these easily. Stellar Blade soundtrack not being here is a crime. Death Stranding 2 soundtrack not being here is a crime.
Yeah, I think, in my opinion, see, here's the thing. This is why I say in my second channel, maybe one day I will make the video on it, where I would say that the award show and all that needs a complete reset, okay? We need to give gamers, okay? Let gamers be the one to vote it. This game, okay? Back then, this game, okay, let me tell you this. Back then, this game, there was no biases, okay? Not one.
Harvey
nope.
tells me that the Batman's car is still parked just outside of the intensive treatment building. Now, we can't just have him believe us, can we? Every thug, villain, murderer, and kindergarten teacher that isn't carrying out party orders should head there now and smash it to pieces.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Oracle, disable the Batmobile's countermeasure system.
I saw the alert. What's wrong? Where are you?
I'm outside the Arkham Mansion. Harley Quinn probably triggered the alarm. If she's still got Gordon with her, he could get hurt.
Okay, done. The Batmobile is still parked up outside the intensive treatment building in Arkham North. I've sent you the schematics for the entire island. I've marked key locations like your car.
Thanks, Oracle.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I think Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Sorry about that. The soundtrack looks good, okay? Stellar Blade, okay. I don't know, I'm still debating with the...
Of course you found that one easy. You were supposed to.
Yeah. I don't know, folks. I've been trying to debate myself which one should I like? Clair Obscur soundtrack or Stellar Blade? What about you guys?
You are performing just below my
What'd you
predicted
think?
expectations. At this rate, you'll never beat me.
Again, like I said, who still goes to the Grammys or the Emmy Awards? That's what I want to know.
That was one of the easy ones.
Unbelievable.
Not being here is a crime. Even Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 soundtrack not being here is a crime. I am so sick and tired of seeing this happen. And what the problem primarily is that there's no gamers that are part of this team. There's nobody who actually plays video games.
Yeah.
It's very clear to see what they did. Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora is Disney. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is Disney. Star Wars Outlaws
Disney.
is Disney. So they basically just said, what are the major games that Disney's released this year? We know. Here is the list. And that is such a slap in the face to freaking gamers. I'm so sick and tired of seeing this happen, and clearly I'm not alone given the response to this on social media, because boy, oh boy, is it looking bad for the Grammys. Here's just one of the many posts, and people are saying things like, this is actually diabolical, WTF. I'm not surprised at all. The Grammys has different ways to evaluate OSTs. A few years ago, the Assassin's Creed Mirage OST was nominated instead of Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I did a previous video on this where I really talked heavily about the previous nominations and winners, and it is just absolutely wild to see how out of touch these people really are. In 2025, you had Star Wars Outlaws, Marvel Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and the winner was Wizardry Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. And hey, listen, Wizardry is great. I love Wizardry. But for a soundtrack over something like Black Myth Wukong, that is wild to me. Also, ignoring Stellar Blade's existence, wild. The year before, the winner was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Ah, yes, my fellow movie gamers. We have to make Star Wars win. And the year before that was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Dawn of Ragnarok. And I think that this is so funny because they claim that the dates are from August to August. So this year would be August 2024 to August 2025. That hasn't been the case for several years. So apparently now this is like a new rule, because look at some of the dates on these games, right? You're nominating something like Guardians of the Galaxy in 2023 when it came out in 2021. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2023, but that came out in 2021. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either. You know, I have to make a guess. Whoever these critics, or in this case, the judges of these Emmy Awards or Grammy Awards, they don't play games, generally. Remember, Hollywood doesn't understand gaming. They never play a game. I mean, why do you think they continue to demonize us? Jeez, honestly, I'd say all developers, I think from now on, all developers should really stop looking at these awards like prize.
I can't believe it. They killed Jackson.
Stay with your colleague. I'm ending this. Now.
I mean, seriously, I don't know, folks. But I don't. Now you know why many gamers felt disrespected by Hollywood. Hollywood will not even admit that video game is $1 billion revenue. They will never did. That's the reason why you don't see games such as Black Myth Wukong, Hogwarts Legacy, or even better, Stellar Blade, because the one game that you saw that just, that Veridark nominated, or in this case Veridark Raid, were owned by Disney, or in this case licensed by Disney. Yeah, sorry about the flickering, folks. Yeah, this is a latest version. Again, Disney, yeah, they're still idiots.
Under my control. That's right, boys and girls. Mine! Just wait till you see my plans for this place. It's going to be glorious.
I don't know, folks. To be honest, sorry. Let me just get this one out. Again, like I said,
A challenge completed. Can you do more?
I never watched the Grammys. It's been quite a while, okay?
Perhaps they changed it this year. Either way, it's not a good look. Clair Obscur not getting nominated and winning Best Soundtrack should be the clearest sign that these awards are absolutely meaningless. And I always say this, award shows are meaningless. At this point, yes, it is always nice to see your favorite product get a little bit of recognition, win a few awards, but it's not like these developers truly need it. And we already know
That's right.
that their games are absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, it's always nice to see your favorite team get patted on the back for their work, but they don't need these award ceremonies. And I hope that these developers actually speak up. I hope that the Clair Obscur team makes a statement saying, oh, we're really disappointed that this happened, because maybe something like that could actually wake up these absolute losers that are part of these events. And I think that they're definitely feeling the burn. Not including Clair Obscur Expedition 33 soundtrack is simply ridiculous. There were no games like this in ages when you stopped playing because you had chills on your back because of the soundtrack. It shows that the experts are totally disconnected from reality. Was it not eligible or submitted? Because not being included in this category is insane. Asmongold also said, why is Expedition 33 not in the running? No one gives a fuck about any of these games. The only one that should be on this list is Helldivers. Fire whichever pathetic retard put this together. They have no idea what they're doing. Expedition 33 not being nominated tells me that the Grammys nominates best score for video games based on how much like a movie the game sounded. E33 doesn't sound like a traditional movie, so it won't get recognized for its brilliance. E33 respects the medium. The award does not. Again, I think that Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the best games I have ever played, hands down, and it deserves so much praise. It deserves so much recognition, and it does suck to see this happen, but we all know in our hearts how amazing this title really is, and we don't need these absolutely pathetic losers to tell us what deserves to win awards or not. And it is crazy to see this happening, but I am glad that so many people are speaking up and saying how lame this actually is. And I'm very curious to see what's going to happen at Jeff Keighley's Game Awards in about a month, because
first and foremost, I would say good video. Shout out to Vera Dark, and I will leave both that video and her previous one in the description. Again, the Game Awards is 1 month away, and I don't know, folks. We seen what happened both in 2023 and 2024. Hogwarts Legacy used, well, I don't think they got nominated, but it was snubbed, folks. Seriously, when Hogwarts Legacy got snubbed, it showcased that the Game Awards is run by activists. Not just the Game Awards, it's the... What? The vote. Ow. Boom. Ade. Boom. Ow. Again. Ow. Bam. Hoorah.
There's a supply of explosive gels in the trunk of the Batmobile. I may need it.
Okay. It's gonna be a good cutscene. I will call it a cutscene because you're investigating. So here's the thing, folks. To all game developers, it doesn't matter whether you win or not, but just remember one thing. Gamers will support you. If your game is good, then your game doesn't need an award. Every gamer knows. One second. What's the jet?
Harley trashed the car. Looks like there was a scuffle. I need to search the area around the Batmobile. There could be a clue as to where she took Gordon.
Again, like I said, to all game developers such as the Indie, AA, and also games made in the East.
Ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting some troubling reports of a bat infestation in Joker Asylum. Let me remind everyone that it is their civic duty to exterminate this vermin. We can't have it making its way back to the mainland.
And also, gamers, I'll continue what I said. Gamers will always support your game, regardless if your game doesn't win or not, okay? Frankly, I don't know what's gonna happen with Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, but we all know what happened with 2023 and 2024 is a clear sign that 90% of votes come from critics while 10% of votes come from gamers. This game alone, when it was nominated, there was no biases, folks. None. So enjoy the detective mode, folks.
Strange. This is Gordon's pipe. Barbara gave it to him. There's no way he'd leave it.
I just want everyone to know that I really...
Wild country. Gordon's favorite tobacco. Gordon's smarter than he looks. Left me a trail to follow.
Oracle, I found a pipe. It has your father's initials carved on it.
It was a birthday gift I gave him last year. There's no way he'd leave it.
Exactly. He's left me a trail to follow. He's alive, Barbara.